Hello everyone and welcome back to the Chronicle, where I talk about my daily life, weekly goals, and the overarching plot of my life. Okay, that was weird. I was doing an audio check again because for some reason my headphones were saying that, or not my headphones, my microphone was saying that it was constantly detecting audio. I'm looking at it now, it looks like it went away. Also, if you hear the cat meowing in the background, it's because he wants to get inside Ink's room. Ink is also currently, uh, they've got an extra cat for 1 week. They're holding it for, um, she's holding it for her ex-boyfriend while he moves apartments. So, yeah. Um, that's why the cat's yowling outside the door right now, is because he wants to get in there. But he can't, and there's another cat in there. Anyway, today was fine after work. I played some Helldivers. No gaming episode because I didn't feel like it because I wanted to play Helldivers. So I played some Helldivers and I took a shower, practiced electric guitar, made lunch for tomorrow. Now it's 11:19, so we're kind of right on time. We're a little late. Hopefully I can just fall asleep real fast. And then I've got a doctor's appointment tomorrow for mental health. Yeah, if I'm being honest, my ego really does not want to admit that we are getting tested for mental illness. But we are doing that. So, suck it, I guess. Anyway, yeah, that's honestly all I did today. I watched an episode of anime, um, made a smoothie, so I'm still following my meal plan. Um, One thing I thought was weird was I ate all of my food at lunch today. I ate my whole sandwich, and the protein bar, and the cookie. And I was like, I don't usually eat all of my lunch. And then I came home when I was hungry, and I had a smoothie, and I was hungry after the smoothie, and I was like, that's interesting. It's weird how I feel like I just need more food than usual. So I had some snacks, and I still wasn't full. I just had some chips and salsa. So then I had yogurt and granola. And now you may be thinking, Asher, didn't you swear off of yogurt and granola? Yes, I did. But I am unswearing off of it because I need to figure out what the problem is with the yogurt and granola. Is it the yogurt? Is it the granola? Is it when you combine them? Is it one or the other? You know what I'm saying? So I bought non-fat Greek yogurt. I bought low-fat Greek yogurt, and I bought extra no-fat Greek yogurt. Um, Now, Greek yogurt usually very high in protein, sometimes up to like 14 grams of protein for one just little yogurt cup. The extra no-fat yogurt, yeah, Greek yogurt has I think 15 grams of protein in one little cup. And now in the past, I would eat like two of those, usually one and a half, and I would feel very full. My stomach wouldn't feel very good. Now I am on Prilosec now, so I don't know if that is helping or not. But I noticed I had the essentially the extra low fat, right, like the non-fat, the zero fat Greek yogurt. It's advertised as super zero Greek yogurt because it advertises like 0 grams sugar, 0 grams fat, and zero something else. I can't remember. But essentially it's like extra healthy or something. Kind of is what it is. So I had one of those with a cookie granola, which is, I want to say it's about what it sounds like. It's granola that tastes like chocolate chip cookies. Because I was like, there's already 15 grams protein in the yogurt, so why not, you know, leave the protein out of the granola. And I noticed that after eating one of those, one Super Zero Greek yogurt with cookie granola, I would eat one of those, and my stomach would feel good, and it would be like another, give me another round. And I was like, okay, that's a bit odd because usually whenever I would combine the protein yogurt with the protein granola, I would be mostly full after one, and I wouldn't usually be able to finish a second. So maybe that's the trick. Maybe that's the tech. I don't know. I will be thoroughly experimenting. Like I said, I bought three different kinds of Greek yogurt and two different kinds of granola. I bought actually two flavors of the cookie granola and the protein granola that I used to always buy as well. So I'm gonna be mixing and matching those to figure out what it is that seems to not sit well with my stomach, in terms of the yogurt and granola. Because when I was looking at my meal plan, I was like, I don't love how often these things are reappearing. Like cottage cheese and chips, that makes sense, right? There's some things that they reappear and that makes sense, like with spaghetti. I said that spaghetti appears 3 times in 1 week because I buy a giant thing of ground beef. Now, I had the realization that I don't have to buy a giant thing of ground beef. I could buy a small thing of ground beef. That way I wouldn't be locked into eating it 3 times in 1 week. You know what I'm saying? And that's only a problem because I just don't want to get sick of it too quickly. Um, you know? And my lunches are kind of similar. Like I said, we've got sandwich and cottage cheese and chips appearing twice. That's fine. Cottage cheese and chips, that appears twice because I eat half a tub of cottage cheese with chips. And that's my lunch. That's kind of the entree for my lunch. I usually have snacks like a cookie or a muffin or a protein bar with the lunch as well. And then sandwich, yeah. My sandwich was quite good today at work. Not toasted all the way through, not quite as hot as I would have liked it to get. So maybe I'll adjust the setting on the convection oven because I toast it in this kind of high-tech modern convention oven. And that toast, it's a pretty nice toast, but like I said, it doesn't get all the way through. Um, anyway, I'm pretty sure you can hear the cat crying. He kind of does that all the time because she spends most of her time in her room in the dark alone, and then the cats are just kind of sitting outside her door looking all sad. Um, yeah. Anyway, that's everything for today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow, Tuesday. Hello everyone, welcome to Wednesday. Pretty normal day, not much happened today. I did use my dry shampoo for the first time, so now my hair feels less greasy. It was kind of cool, kind of miraculous. I didn't know such a thing was possible, but you kind of just spray it in there and rub it around, and then your hair feels less greasy, which is pretty cool. Not totally ungreasy, but still like a little greasy, less greasy than it was, which is good. And also I feel like it made, because usually as my hair gets greasier, it also gets darker. So it looked like it made my hair lighter than it is. The instructions just spray it on your roots, rub it around, and then comb it through. That's what I did, and I feel like it worked pretty well. So currently it's kind of just slicked back because, like, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, like I said, pretty standard day, nothing really to note. I was gonna have scheduled time with Pouty after work, and then she canceled. So that kind of sucks. But I took my. Then I was like, okay. And I had agreed yesterday to take my little sister home after work because her car's in the shop. Then she's like, oh, um, I'm gonna go see mom after work at like 6. And I was like, okay. And we were talking about going to Turath. Apparently, it's this really good cafe. We didn't end up going there. But uh, but yeah. So essentially, I had to take her home, and she was like, "Well, do you want to go visit mom and come with me?" And I was like, "Sure." So we had Sticks, which is a Korean restaurant, in the Legends. It's very, very good. I got the chicken lo mein. Like I said, very, very good. I definitely go back there again. Um, yeah, so pretty much I went to work and then I went to Sticks with my little sister and mom. Then I took little sister home, came back, doom scrolled for a little bit, showered, doom scrolled a little more, and I wanted to practice. I think I played like 1 or 2 missions at Helldivers. I think it was just one actually, because like I was so short on time. By the time like I got back and showered, had a smoothie as well, so I'm following my meal plan. All right, I think that was what was. Oh no, apparently eggs and wait, what? Oh, I was supposed to have eggs and ramen. Huh. I had the smoothie instead. That's fine. Anyway, yeah, so that's kind of it. That's kind of all that happened today. I was just doom scrolling because I was like, man, I want to do something that I want to do. But like the thing is that the games that I play, they usually require like at least moderate time investments. Like with my roguelike games, a run is usually like an hour if you finish the whole thing, and it's like I don't have an hour. I only have like half an hour. I think earlier in the week I talked about I got into this play test for this game called Tier. It's like a kind of a sci-fi tank game. I played it some. I don't like it, but I'm pretty sure that's just because I'm bad at it. I don't really understand how to play the game. I've never played a game like it. I played a couple games like it. It's just I'm not very good at it, so it's not very fun. So I don't know if I'll continue to play that. Also, I only have access to it for like 3 more days because like I said, it's this playtest that's going on, um, and it ends in like 3 days. So I played it some. I don't think I killed a single other player, which really sucks. I just died very fast almost every time. Um, but yeah, so that's what I did for half an hour. Also, it's 11:20. I should have been to sleep 20 minutes ago. Should have been trying to get to sleep 20 minutes ago. Fortunately, we've got lunch tomorrow for the company lunch, so I don't have to pack anything. I can just kind of grab my snacks and go. Also, I tried taking my Prilosec in the morning, first thing, instead of 10 minutes before I eat. I noticed no difference at all. I guess I'll just keep doing that because why not? My stomach hurt a little bit after lunch. It was just kind of like it was kind of like an ow. and then it stopped, and then I went ow, and it stopped, and I went ow, and then it stopped, and then that was kind of it. That was the end of it, the end of the stomach pain. So I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. Don't know why. Like I said, I have been eating more. I have been eating more. I ate all of the chicken lo mein. I ate most of it in the restaurant, and I came back and ate the rest of it, and then I had a smoothie. And honestly, I still think I'm a little bit hungry. Um, didn't practice electric guitar. I felt a little discouraged because there's no lessons tomorrow. And we're on Wednesday now. I got two practices though, which is two more than usual, which is good. Progress. Celebrate the little things and all that. But yeah, I haven't done much else. Man, like I said, that was it. I kind of wish I could have had more time to myself. It is technically my fault because I did agree to go to dinner with mom and little sister, but that's fine. It was still good. Good to see them, and it was good to get the food too. It was good food. Um, yeah, the dry shampoo is pretty cool. Definitely be using that. Um, oh yeah, my mom said that my hair can fit into a ponytail. Um, see, whoop, I've got like that much back there. Yeah, apparently I just need to tie the hair tie. I need to like tie it more. So maybe I could have a little ponytail. Look at that. I kind of want to do an onion top still, just because I think it would be really funny. But maybe I don't know, maybe tomorrow. Fortunately, later in this week, I am hopefully going to see Pouty and Surfer Girl simultaneously. So, looking forward to that. I cannot wait. That is in like 2 days. But I don't know. Yeah, I was really looking forward to the scheduled time. So it is a real bummer that that got canceled. Um, but like I said, Pouty and Surfer Girl Friday, hopefully. That'll be a lot of fun. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow, Thursday. Hello everyone and welcome to Thursday. I don't know if I mentioned yesterday, there is no Tuesday. I just didn't really feel like it then. I decided to try and go to bed on time, which I feel like mostly worked on Tuesday. So that's why there was no Tuesday. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I just wanted to now. Anyway, welcome to Thursday. Today, normal day. There was no lessons because music teacher is out of town. Um, it was kind of just a normal, plain, boring day. I had work. Work was fine. I came back from work. Or no, no, no. I dropped my little sister off at home because her car is still in the shop. And then I came home and I showered and I ate, had eggs and ramen. Um, Took a shower. That was kind of it. I played a mission at Helldivers, but I just didn't really feel like playing anything. I was kind of tired. Not tired enough that I felt like sleeping, but tired enough that I didn't feel like gaming. I ended up doing a journal entry and then just kind of looking back on art that I did in my art book, and I even did one new little smiley face. And that was kind of it. I played this. I was gonna play. I wanted to play something. And ended up playing this badminton game on Roblox, for like 40 minutes, which I guess was cool. But yeah, like I said, I didn't really feel like recording anything. The next one in the series I have to record is a RoboQuest, and that's I kind of don't want to. Not that it's not fun. It's just that it's like my brain is like, why play game that is fun when I could play a game that is more fun? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of something that I struggle with those gaming series, and I've talked about this before. Um, how like I just kind of it might be better to just do like one or two at a time instead of like five. Because like Raven's Watch was pretty fun when I was playing as Melazine. Then it was not so fun when I played as Geppetto. And then Absalom, absolute banger. RoboQuest is like, I'm a little upset with how I am on RoboQuest. Now, one thing to note is that I am worse on camera. I am worse while I'm recording just because I'm nervous, which makes sense, but it is kind of unfortunate because it just kind of seems like I'm bad at the game. I don't think I'm bad at the game. Like RoboQuest, I'm not. I don't think I'm bad at RoboQuest. But I'm definitely worse when the camera's rolling, which is kind of not good. But I think I'll just get used to it as time goes on. Um, and then after RoboQuest is Revita. Revita is very fun. Dredge is very fun. So really, it's just kind of RoboQuest, and then kind of Raven's Watch are the odd ones out, for the ones that are not super duper fun. Anyway, that's kind of where I'm at right now. That's yeah, like I said, that's everything that happened today. Work, dropped sister off, showered, ate. I've got 15 minutes left in my day. I really want to get a practice in. I think I'll practice electric guitar. That's just kind of what I was planning on, because my playlist is shorter. I can probably blow through that pretty quickly and get a practice in, and then go to sleep tomorrow. Um, yeah, that's it. Ink's been in and out of the house today. And I went into her room earlier because she said I could. And then I interacted with and I kind of pet the cat that she's fostering for a week. Eclipse, Void's sister. So sister of the little kitten that we have now. They came from the same litter. So I pet the cat because I heard her crying in the closet, and then Nick was like, "You can go in there," and I was like, "All right, cool." She seems super duper friendly. The cat, her coat, like like her fur, just seemed kind of greasy or shiny. Not sure why. I don't think that's a problem. I'm not really a catologist. Um, but yeah, think of watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow, Friday. Friday should be a lot more fun and bring some more joy into my life and bring life back into my life and into me. So see you tomorrow, Friday. Okay. Um, Hello everyone, welcome to Sunday. There is no Friday or Saturday. I'll get to that later, I guess, or maybe now. Or do I start with today's events? It's the last episode, or the last entry of the episode, which means I usually read the journal and go over goals, except we changed the journal now. I just read that, or actually, no, I don't read that anymore. I just journal for like personal stuff and like reasons. Also, I washed my hair, so it looks kind of good now, low key. Um, yeah, I wanted to put a hair tie in, but it's not 100% dry yet, and I was like, I think I want to wait until I got a hair tie in. I also need to trim my beard. That's all unrelated. So there's no Friday or Saturday because with over those 2 days, and even today as well, actually, I was celebrating Surfer Girl's 21st birthday, which was a lot of fun. It feels like I pretty much just time skipped from Friday afternoon to now. Like I said, I don't know. I guess where do I start? Really, that's what I'm really wondering. Where do I start? Goals. Let's just go over those real quick. So yeah, like I said, my weekend did not go how I thought it would. Yeah. Long story short, the birthday Surfer Girl's birthday party was very short notice. I did not expect to be doing it this weekend, but then I was like, hey, what's up? Are we gonna hang out for your birthday? She was like, yeah. Here's the plan. I was like, okay. 2 day sleepover. What? Anyway, goals. So they're all paused except for guitar catch up, which is not in progress because I didn't do it this week. Whoops, I gotta really do that. I really need to lock in. You know what's funny is that 2 day sleepover felt like a vacation. Like I feel like my head is so much clearer now, and I have like when like literally like it feels like I'm back from vacation, like genuinely, and I have that feeling of like oh man, time to go back to work, and then time to actually be productive now, time to do things that I've been putting off. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, so they're all on pause, and then guitar catch up is next. The scholarship's still in progress technically. Oh yeah, I guess for some reason that one, the therapy goal. Therapy goal, we're counting that as completed, even though it's technically not. So the goal was to get into therapy regularly. But I was earlier this week, I think, is when I had that sort of appointment, doctor's appointment, whatever, and then I walked in there and I was like, yeah, I suspect there's a chance I might have anxiety or depression and I would like to get tested. And then she was like, yeah, the doctor, she was like, yeah, it's like, in my head, it was as simple as filling out some papers or answering some questions. But it turns out it's not that simple. Who would have thought, go figure. Um, she was like, "Yeah, it looks like your anxiety and depression is more on the mild side. Do you want medication?" And I was like, "Not really." Like she didn't offer me then and there. She's like, "Would you like medication?" Essentially, like, is that something you would want to do or try? And I was like, "Yeah, not really." Because I've said before, I don't not a huge like may a fan of prescription medication. For me personally, if you take it, that's fine. You can do that. But I would prefer to not have to rely on medicine. I would prefer to try and thug it out, as they say. Um, Anyway, so the thing is that I pretty much walked in there, and by the way, I'm like super nervous during this whole thing. I look pathetic. I look like an idiot. But I walk in there with my mild depression, anxiety, and say that I don't want meds and that I just kind of want therapy. Except I didn't say that. I think I mentioned it, but I didn't specifically say I would like to get therapy. I should have. That goal probably would have been completed, and maybe I would have been enrolled or whatever in that. But I was unfortunately too shy to get that part out. So. Yeah, now I just feel like a poser who wasted everyone's time because I said, I suspect I have problems. Do you want medication? No. So yeah, like I said, I kind of just feel like an idiot and a poser, who's trying to get, was it like either attention or care, when I don't really need it. So I'm afraid I can never call back there ever again about my mental health. And I think, I mean, I'll probably stop going there regularly because now that we have a diagnosis for my stomach problem, I think it'll be much easier to solve. And I don't even know if I'll need prescription strength meds for my mild chronic gastritis. Now I can finally say that is what's wrong with me. All right, we found it. We did it. That is actually a big win, like genuinely. For 4 years we've been dealing with that, and by we I mean me. Actually, no, by we I mean my friends and family. Actually, well, not okay. Well, not really my friends because I've been hiding it from all of them, and even most of my family as well. Now that I think about it, I kind of hide it from everyone on purpose. I'm pretty sure I've talked about why I do that before. But I think was yeah, because slowly, a few more and more people knew. It started off with just my dad and stepmom. Shout out to them; they were very helpful. Um, Way back when I think that was man, when did I tell them? I think I was 18. I think I was 18. Right, so it had been bad for a year, a whole year at that point. Like literally, I remember my dad walked in. He was like, "Hey, buddy, you've been getting sick a lot lately. What's going on?" Because obviously, people don't just get sick. It usually comes from somewhere, whether it's a friend, a family, coworker. It doesn't usually just like spawn in. It does sometimes, but most of the time, you get it from somewhere or something. However, mine was coming out of seemingly nowhere, and it was because I was hardly sleeping or eating. Because of my stomach problem, my mild chronic gastritis, which I'm wondering, was it always mild? Like, has it actually been slowly getting better over the past 4 years? Because like I said, it was bad. It got so bad I couldn't hide it anymore, and that's how my dad and stepmom found out, and then they started trying to help me. Um, but yeah, now they diagnosed it as mild, and I was like, it doesn't feel mild. But then again, like my mom, she sent me this like list, and it was like, this is what a person with gastritis is what their diet looks like. Terrible diet. It looked boring and bland. I did not want to eat it. She was like, "Would you eat this?" I was like, "Probably not." So I guess yeah, it could be a lot worse. So thankfully it's mild. And like I said, I might not even need prescription strength medication. But then again, I really hate like fortunately, I don't think anyone has seen me take the Prilosec or has commented on it. Because actually I've done it at work. Like I said, I'd take it before my snack. Recently I've been trying to take it like a half an hour before the snack, just cause. Apparently the doctor said to take it 30 to 4 minutes before eating, but the packaging just says before eating, nondescript. So I don't know exactly when to take it. I've been trying. Like, was it like today? I took it like a couple hours before eating. I haven't noticed a huge difference. Um, yeah. But yeah, I don't like having to like imagine if like we were all at like a family dinner and then like we're all sitting down at the table and then I'm not at the table because I'm like getting some water to take a pill. I would just feel worse. I would feel like I'm lesser than everyone because I have to go stand off to the side and go take a bill for my stomach problem that I think I caused myself when I got blackout drunk that one time when I was 17. But then, yeah, that's my theory because one of the common causes was excessive drinking, and I don't drink excessively, but I did one time. And I'm pretty sure that's what caused it because I'm pretty sure that everything the timing lines up for when it got really really bad. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, those timings, if they're even if they're not perfect, they are very, very close to each other. Like I said, it's a kind of a complex problem because we were wondering for a while, like, was there actually anything wrong with me or was it just psychosomatic? Because I know that anxiety can make it worse. But then I went to behavioral health and he was like, yeah, it seems like you're good. So I think it is a physical problem. And then they found blood in the stool sample and they're like, okay, colonoscopy. And I was like, if I have to. That was actually kind of cool, the colonoscopy. I was both excited and scared. In the end, the excitement ended up winning, which is good. Also, I'm actually dehydrated, which is crazy because I've been super hydrated all day. And then, man, I haven't even gotten to today's events. Going on about my stomach problem. Um, yeah, I'm super dehydrated right now. No, not super dehydrated. I was super hydrated earlier, and then I worked out for like several hours straight. And now I'm dehydrated, which is crazy because I've been drinking so much fluids all day. Anyway, gosh, back to the stomach problem. Yeah, so that's why I don't want to take like prescription meds. I don't even know if that was the right conclusion for that tangent. Let's just totally ungraceful segue into, and that's some of this all stemmed from the goals because I was talking about therapy. Yeah. And then therapy turned into going to the doctor. Going to the doctor turned into my stomach problem. Yeah, so we're not getting therapy because I feel like a poser now. I feel like a fake and a fraud. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna count that as completed, even though we didn't do it. Because like I said, I feel like a fake and a fraud, and I can never call back there again about mental health. Because they said I have problems, and they said, "Do you want medication?" And I said, "No." Like I said, really should have worked up the courage to ask for therapy, which is what I wanted the whole time. And then part of me was like, no, we should back up and then get diagnosed. That way it'll be easier to treat in therapy. Then I can say confidently, yes, I have this or yes, I don't. Instead of the therapist just having to figure it out, which maybe it would have been better if that would have happened naturally. But it's all in the past now because I'm counting that goal as completed and we're just gonna throw it out. Maybe we'll give it a shot later. Maybe I'll just try again next week. I don't know. I'm whatever it is. Regardless, I'm taking this thing. See it on the board right there. Wow, get it out of here. Scholarship goal in progress. I got a couple documents from my mom. I need to submit those, and then I think I've probably got to make some calls in a KU or something. We've got a whole 2 months before classes start, which is really not a lot. So the chances of that happening are very low, but not zero. And I have said if that falls through again, which I'm not hopeful. I think it probably will. Guys, do not get your hopes up. Um, then I'm just going to enjoy my life. I'm going to keep doing the Chronicle, keep doing my goals. I'm just going to live life until I find something better, maybe like for lack of a better word, until I find my calling, until I find something where I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I want to do. I'm just going to keep living because that's what else is there to do? You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, that's where I with the goals. Yep. Um, so let's rewind back to Friday. There was no Friday. Friday, I left work early at about 3:30, because like I said, we had scheduled a Surfer Girl's birthday kind of celebration, kind of hangout kind of thing. Um, so I left work at 3:30 as soon as I possibly could that day. And then I went to go home and shower and get ready and pack up for the 2-day sleepover. Now, unfortunately, Pouty was also supposed to sleep over. I think she wanted to sleep over for both days, and then she said, I'm only sleeping over for one day. And then she said, I'm not sleeping over either days. And then she said, I'm not even going to hang out and drink with you guys this evening because I have previous engagements. The previous engagement was a house party that was planned like several weeks ago, and I think she'd already said she was going to go. But like I had said that I wasn't gonna go because I was like, oh, that date? You want to have your party on that date? That's my best friend's birthday. Sorry. Um, and he was like, oh, maybe just like tell her like have the stuff in like the daytime, and then so you can come over in the evening. I'm like, frick you is what I said to him in my head. Because like obviously I'm not gonna tell my friend to have their birthday party earlier so that I can go to another guy's party. It's not even his birthday. Um, Anyway, yeah, so unfortunately, Pouty couldn't hang out as much as we all would have liked because she had previous engagements to that house party. Anyway, so Friday I left to work early at 3:30, came home, I got ready, I grabbed the drinks. I grabbed a backup variety pack of seltzer, which we didn't end up using, which is good, I think. Like I said, it was a backup. I grabbed I don't know if you can probably, okay, you can't see it because of the camera. My stash of sin, as I like to call it, which is just a small backpack full of drugs and alcohol, specifically edibles and alcohol. Yeah, don't worry, nothing hard, nothing that hard, just regular normal stuff. Anyway, so I'd grabbed my little backpack, my stash of sin, and then I got an overnight bag with like a toothbrush, some change of clothes, socks, whatever, deodorant, chapstick, all that. I got a pillow and blanket, and then I stopped by the liquor store, the one place that I know that sells both variety packs of the minus 196. It actually had both variety packs. The second one, it had the second one, which I was surprised because like I'd been there like 4 times I think previously, and it had been sold out. But I went there, and surprisingly, they had both variety packs, which I was super hyped for because I had been yearning to try the second variety pack because I had the first one before, all delicious. Had the second one, no, I hadn't had it before, so I was super excited to try it. So I got both variety packs. I wanted the second one more because, like I said, I hadn't tried it. So I said, okay, all of the leftovers from the first variety pack are for your birthday. Like you can keep those leftovers, and then all the leftovers from the second variety pack, I will take those because I really want those. Now, one thing I'm noticing is I didn't actually get to try all 4 flavors in the second variety pack. The one I didn't, because the second variety pack was combos, right? The first one is just regular. It's got lemon, peach, strawberry, grapefruit. And then the second variety pack has strawberry watermelon, strawberry pineapple, lemon lime, lemon raspberry. I didn't get to try the lemon raspberry. I forgot to say, hey guys, I want to try one of each flavor before you drink them all. Um, but so we ended up drinking most of it. I think we had like 3 cans left, and I ended up taking one home with me. Uh, yeah, because that was how it worked out. Um, but yeah, so I'm getting way off track here. Left work early, packed up, went to the liquor store, got the drinks, very good drinks, super tasty. And then we had a little bit of a house cleaning party for Surfer Girl's apartment. Me, Pouty, Surfer Girl, and her roommate. Um, which might they might need a nickname at this point, depending on how often they come up. I don't know. I feel like they pretty much only come up whenever Surfer Girl also comes up. So I feel like maybe just calling them their roommate is fine. Calling them her roommate. Sorry, whoa, calling them her roommate. Yeah, I got that right. Okay. Um, yeah, so we had a bit of a house cleaning party, and then we went to get Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A was good. And then we came back, and then I think we stopped the cleaning. I think we started just hanging out. Or did we do more cleaning? I'm trying to remember. My memory's a little fuzzy, because after we got Chick-fil-A, we came back, and then, dang, what did we do? To remember because it was a little difficult for us to figure out what to do because me, Surfer Girl, and her roommate had usually been playing local co-op games on the TV, but Pouty hadn't, so we couldn't play any of our usual co-op video games because Pouty hasn't. So obviously, it won't be fun for her to play the new game. And also, I don't think we even had enough controllers. We didn't. I'm clarifying that. I forgot mine, which is very unfortunate. I was so upset. I got there and I was like, oh my god, I forgot my controller. Ended up working out. Like I said, yeah, I can't remember what happened between getting back with the Chick-fil-A. We ate the Chick-fil-A, and then I think we took a couple edibles, or no, we all took like an edible. I took a couple because I have the very low dose ones. Um, and then we just, I think, watched YouTube videos, that they thought were funny. And they were quite funny, if I'm being honest. And then at about 11, Pouty went home. I think she couldn't stay the night because her family they're down one car because I think it ran out of oil. The parents didn't maintain the oil on it. Because it was the parents' car. The Pouty and their family. There's one car for the parents. There's one car for the kids. The parents' car is bunk. It's I don't know if it's total, but it's like I'm pretty sure it's like literally dead because it has no oil because they didn't change the oil. So that's kind of on the parents, honestly. Um, but yeah, so she had to leave. She couldn't spend the night the first night. And then I think we went to bed after the edible and just like some YouTube videos. And then we woke up and we had to wake up pretty quickly because we had to go to Cars and Coffee Saturday morning with Surfer Girl's parents. So it was like a car show. There was lots of new cars, super expensive ones, fancy cars, all that. There was also this little coffee kind of van, which had pretty good coffee and stuff. They also had like energy drinks that they could make. So we had a couple of those. I think we all had one actually. And then we went, and then after the car show, we got breakfast at Casey's. I got some breakfast pizza. They just got a donut, both of them, Surfer Girl and her roommate. And then we came back, and I had some breakfast pizza, and then I think at that point, Pouty showed back up again, and that was when we found out that she couldn't spend the night at all. And then we played, I believe, ooh, man, oh, it's so hard to get the order of events right. Okay, no, this is what happened. So we got back from Casey's. We got back after our gas station breakfast, after Cars and Coffee, and then me and Surfer Girl watched the movie. We watched Next Gen. That was one of the things I wanted to do with her for my birthday, actually, way back in January. But she was so busy. We haven't been able to get to it. But her roommate was really tired because they didn't sleep much last night. So the roommate went to go to sleep for a couple hours, and then we watched Next Gen. 20 minutes before the movie ends, then Pouty shows up. We finished the movie, and then also Surfer Girl's roommate wakes up. So then we all, actually not all of us, we play Overcooked, not the roommate, because I think they didn't want to. I think they just didn't want to, or something like that. I don't remember the exact reason, but it doesn't really matter a whole lot. Point is, they didn't play. So me, Pouty, and Surfer Girl, we all play Overcooked, which if you don't know, it's a local co-op game where you are all chefs in a kitchen. But the kitchen that you work in gets progressively more and more insane. You start off in a regular kitchen, and then you start off on a kitchen that is split in half by an intersection with pedestrians walking in it, and then you go into a kitchen that's on a sailboat, so your counters slide around, which will block off certain parts of the kitchen, and then you work in a normal kitchen, except rats will steal your ingredients if you leave them on the counter, and then you work in a normal kitchen again, but there's an earthquake that will split the map like this. So then if you're up here, you can't get down. Well, you could go down here, but then you can't go back up here because the earthquake goes whoop, and then your kitchen's all lopsided. So that's Overcooked. The game gets very crazy. It's a lot of fun. Also, Surfer Girl wanted to day drink specifically. That was one of their birthday wishes. So we were all having a drink. We were all having one of the My 196s while we were doing that. That was a lot of fun. And then after that, Pouty went home again. Or no, they didn't go home. They went to their previous engagement, the house party, formerly mentioned house party that they had agreed to go to a couple weeks ago. Um, and then we go to Texas Roadhouse with Surfer Girl's parents and her godparents. for birthday dinner. Now, one slight unfortunate thing was that I was still drunk. Now I had been like mostly sober by the time I had gotten there. I wasn't driving, don't worry. I was riding in the car with them. Um, but yeah, so I was a little bit tipsy maybe by the time I got to the Texas Roadhouse with her parents and her godparents. But the dinner was fine. Birthday dinner was great. Everything tasted amazing. Um, and then you know what's crazy is Surfer Girl, of course, it was her 21st birthday, so she wanted to get a drink at the Texas Roadhouse. So she goes, "Here's my ID, technically expired, but it's my birthday, whatever." And then the manager's like, "Oh, sorry, we can't accept any form of expired ID." And I was like, "This is insane." Do you know it's her birthday, by the way? Like I've never heard of anyone getting rejected, like having yeah, being rejected on their 21st birthday for a drink. It's like there's nothing you can do. You know what I'm saying? Like unless you go to the DMV on your birthday to get a thing, it would be impossible to, actually get a drink on your 21st birthday because that's when your ID expires. Now the thing is, the DMV tells you you have a 45-day grace period to get your license renewed before it actually expires. Maybe they should really just change the date, the official expiry date on it. That way, you don't end up like Surfer Girl getting rejected for a drink on her 21st. Fortunately, her mom had her passport in her car. So she got the passport, which was valid identification. That proved that she was 21, and then she got her drink. Now, the thing is that after that we go home to Surfer Girl's mom's house to because she had some presents for her. We get the presents, great. And then on our way home, Surfer Girl's like, "I really want to go to a bar." Honestly, me too. I've never been to a bar. I've always wanted to go to a bar. I want to sit at a bar and get a drink and enjoy the atmosphere. Um, so hopefully she hits me up when she goes to a bar. Anyway, on the way home, she's like, "I really want to go to a bar," and I was like, "Honestly, me too." And it was like 11 p.m. at this point, by the way. So I was like, "Okay, do you want it like right now?" And she's like, "Yeah." So I pull over into a local church parking lot, open up my maps, we find a bar. And she's like, "I want to go to a bar, but I'm afraid that it'll be like Texas Roadhouse where they reject me even though it's my birthday because my ID is technically expired." I'm like, "That's ridiculous. That's insane, right?" Everyone, I'm sure you've heard, listen to me right now. I'm sure you have heard of people going to the bar on their 21st birthday, and then the bouncer's like, "Oh, happy birthday. Your ID is technically expired, but it's your birthday, so come on in." It's kind of like, it's similar to teaching your kid to drive. Obviously, you cannot drive if you don't have a license. However, you even as like as the youngest kid, you would need a permit before you're allowed to drive. However, to get a permit, you have to pass the driving test, which means you have to actually drive a car. How are you supposed to pass the driving test to drive a car if you've literally never driven a car before because it's illegal for you to drive a car? Hmm? Exactly. That's where it's like it's technically illegal to teach your kid to drive because the kid doesn't have a permit. But you can't drive without a permit, and you can't get the permit unless you pass the driving test, which I don't think you could do if you had literally never driven a car before. Um, so like that's what's kind of going on with this whole 21 ID situation. Like on your birthday, it's expired, but everyone's like, "Oh, that's fine. We'll let you in to the bar because it's your birthday." And so anyway, so she was like, "I want to go to a bar." I'm like, "Yeah, they're gonna let you in. It would be crazy if they didn't let you in." She's like, "Yeah, but I'm just afraid they won't." Like at the Texas Roadhouse. I'm like, "Okay, whatever." We find a bar. I call ahead. I'm like, "Do you want me to call ahead? I can call ahead." She's like, "Sure." I call ahead and I say, "Hey, it's my friend's birthday." And she got rejected at the Texas Roadhouse. I don't know if I mentioned that part. But I was like, "Hey, it's my friend's birthday," and she's worried that you won't accept her ID because it's technically expired, even though she's 21. And then the woman who was on the phone at the bar, she was like, "Yeah, we don't accept any expired ID." And I'm like, "This is crazy. This is insane. That's what you do on your 21st birthday. You go to a bar." And they let you in because it's your birthday and you just turned 21, so you can legally drink now. And yet I called ahead and they're like, "Nope." And in my head I was like, "Really?" Like I wanted to say on the phone, "Really?" But no, she was like, "Yeah, can't accept any expired ID." And then she was like, "We would accept a passport though." I'm like, "Okay." However, her passport was at her mom's house, in her mom's car probably still. And I was like, "Well, do you want me to drive?" Because I was driving because she had a drink at Texas Roadhouse. So I was driving. I was like, "Do you want me to drive all the way back to your mom's house so we can wait?" Because like I said, it was 11 p.m. "Do you want me to drive all the way back to your mom's house so we can get your passports and we can go to the bar?" She's like, "No, it's not that deep. We'll just drink the rest of the seltzers at home." I'm like, "Okay." But yeah, that was Saturday night. That was everything for Saturday, and it was just insane. They didn't two places not giving her a drink on her birthday because her ID was technically expired. Things it expired that day, which means isn't it technically valid for that day? Like it expires on that day, right? But it should still work for that day, right? And yet they wouldn't accept it. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like I literally can't like I've never ever heard of that. Like on my 21st, people were like, "Oh, go to a bar, they'll accept you." And I was low key like believing them. But I just didn't want to personally because I was too afraid of getting rejected of saying, "Oh, nope, sorry, ID's expired," which is I don't know. Like I said, in my head it's not possible, but I guess now seeing it maybe it is actually possible. But like it's ridiculous. Like that's not how it should work. You know what I'm saying? It like I said, it's back to the thing where it's like teaching your kid to drive. It's like you can't do it without technically breaking the law because there's no way your kid's gonna pass a driving test if they've never driven a car before ever once in their entire life. So yeah, that was Saturday. We woke up Sunday today this morning. I guess we'll go straight to today's events. I woke up at like 8. The room I was in, the sun was shining directly on my little bed that I had on the floor because Surfer Girl and her roommate were in their bed, in their room. Um, Yeah, so I'd woken up at 8 because the sun was shining directly on me. I managed to fall back asleep until 9, and then I couldn't really go back to sleep because, like I said, the sun was shining on me and it was very bright in the room. There was no curtains I could pull or draw. So at that point, I just kind of got up and I got on the computer because the computer was still open. I was like, I'm sure she wouldn't mind if I played the computer. So I played the computer for a little bit until they woke up, and then what did we do first? I think we made a smoothie upon waking up. We made a smoothie, and then we drank the smoothie, and then we played Ember Knights, which is an older game that me and Surfer Girl were playing, and then we introduced her roommate to it. And that was a lot of fun. And then that was pretty much the end of the birthday celebrations. So I came home and then I unpacked everything, and then I went straight to the gym because I already had a smoothie, protein smoothie at Surfer Girls. So I was like, all right, well, this is what I usually do on the weekend. So came home, unpacked, straight to the gym. Go to the gym, good workout. On my way home from the gym, I get a call from mom. She's like, hey, do you want to help me move? And in my head, I'm like, no, not really. But I'm driving on south, and it doesn't sound that hard. So I went to help my mom move. And it was hot. Oh my God, it was hot. I sweated so freaking much. Fortunately, she had nice cold beverages for me. We even bought a couple like hydration drinks. We bought like Body Armor, this Flash IV stuff that they have. Um, that was really good. And then after that, we got Jimmy John's. Mom paid for it, of course. Shout out, mom. Thank you, mom. Love you, mom. Um, and then after that, I got gas and I came home and now I'm here. I showered. One of the best showers of my life because I was so filthy and dirty. One from working out, and then two from like the 2 hours of moving in the extreme heat warning, is what my phone said. And yeah, it was hot. It was really hot. I was sweating a lot. Fortunately, I had my crop top on, which is really great for keeping you cool because there's like pretty much you've got like another heat vent on your body, right? Because like if you're wearing a shirt like this, assuming the heat comes off of your body, can kind of come out of your sleeve, your neck hole, and then your kind of your armholes, right? Well, with the crop top, because it's shorter, it can then just kind of go straight off of your body, straight off to your core. So I was staying pretty, as cool as I could. I think it was almost 90 degrees today and sunny, and oh boy was it hot. But the crop top made it nicer. I don't know if you can hear the cat crying. He's probably crying because he never gets any attention because Inca stays in her room all day. Um, anyway, yeah, so we got Jimmy John's. I got the Thai chicken wrap, and a cookie. And I forgot. Yeah, like I said, I was kind of crazy. I've been drinking so much fluids, and I'm still dehydrated. So I'm gonna go finish that Flash IV, I think. And now I'm here recording the Chronicle. I didn't even play any games today. Like I wanted to, but I got home when it was like 8, and then I showered, and then it was like 9 because I had to do a whole shower, including my hair. Um, yeah, and then I ate some food, and I watched some YouTube while I ate my food, and now it's 11:15. Gosh, man. I really wanted to fix my sleep schedule is not totally terrible right now. It is not great because I am going to bed just a little bit later than I should be. Like I said, I'm usually going to bed at 11:30. I need to be going to bed at 11. And I still got to put this together and then upload it, so I probably won't get to bed until 11:30 or 11:45 tonight. As you can see, my light turned off. That I've got that scheduled to turn off at 11. Um, I was expecting this episode or this entry to be about half an hour. I think we're right on the money. We're at 28 minutes right now. Um, but yeah, so that was my weekend. Great weekend. Surfer Girl's birthday party. Very fun. 2 day sleepover. I'm pretty sure that's actually my first 2 day sleepover ever. Pretty sure. Yeah. Um, so that was a lot of fun. That was very cool. Um,
Yeah, good week, fun week. Next week, I've got to lock in for real because I need to get my labs scheduled for the follow up appointment, which is next week or the week after, right? So next week, I've got to get those labs scheduled. If I don't get those labs in that week, the week after, I won't have the results for when I have the follow up appointment with the GI specialist to talk about my condition, the mild chronic gastritis. Um, which honestly, I was looking at it. If it's like if I can just take some Prilosec, like if the solution is simply take Prilosec for the rest of your life, that would be really easy. I would be happy with that, if I'm being quite honest. It did say to avoid certain foods, but I was looking at the foods it said to avoid, and I was like, I've never had problems with those foods. What I have found is that my stomach seems to handle everything equally as bad, which is not this, which sounds bad, but it really could be worse because it could be like, oh, I can't eat this because of my condition. I can't eat that because of my condition. Like I said, my mom sent me that food kind of schedule, and I was like, I would hate to be eating that every day. Um, so it could be a lot worse. Thankful for that. But yeah, I think that's everything for today. Gosh, I can't believe I have to go to work in the morning. Um, yeah. Journal? No. Goals? Talked about them. Day? That was the day. So I think we're good. Good to wrap up. I don't. I should sleep pretty easy. Like I said, I worked out a lot with the whole full body workout that I usually do, and helping mom move for 2 hours. I did have a Coke, a cherry Coke, with my dinner with the Thai chicken wrap, and that was a couple hours ago. And I do feel like fairly awake, but I feel like I should sleep pretty easy, like I said, because I'm so exhausted. I also didn't sleep a whole lot over the weekend or at the sleepovers. I think I slept 7 hours both Friday and Saturday, which, as you know, I usually sleep for about 10 hours on the weekend, so I might be a little behind on sleep still. Um, but yeah, I think we're good. Anyway, um, oh wait, I need a funny outro. Hold on, what do I say? What do I say? Um, my name is Azure. That was Chronicle, and what did I do this week? Um, um, I'm trying to think. Do I want to make it related to the doctor's appointment? And if you no, okay. What else did I do? The sleepover? If you no. Hmm. Bear with me. Is it picking that up? It looks like it is. I'm looking at the software. Um, okay. This isn't the funniest thing ever, but it doesn't matter because it doesn't have to be. My name is Asher. That was the Chronicle, and make sure you get your lab scheduled because if they are not done in time, you're probably gonna have a worse time than if you didn't get them scheduled on time. All right, that works for now. And that was really rough. It was rough as I was thinking it. It was rough as I was saying it. Anyway, see you next week. Bye.